Hey, this is Dave coming at you from Southeast Michigan. I'm down in the basement doing an update on all the walls we built, and a lot's happened since the last time I did a video. I think the last time we were doing a video, I don't really know what I think it was just my firewood and how that's been going, and that was a while ago. But anyways, since then I've got all the walls built. We'll go around that in a minute. But a funny thing is, yesterday or the day before, the HVAC guys, who also started about a week ago, came down here, and there was a turkey. It must have saw its own reflection, and it was in Corey, one of the guys from the HVAC company. He got it on video and he sent it to me, and the turkey was just hitting the window kind of hard with its beak, and it was doing it for quite a while. And finally, they walked up to it and then it scurried off. You can actually see its tracks right there. I mean, it's like turkey tracks right there. But yeah, the turkeys, they'll sometimes get annoyed by objects. They attack my friend Greg's truck and attacking the window. I don't know what's going on with these turkeys. It must be something in the water or something, but they're going crazy out here. But anyways, yeah, we got all these walls. It seems like it would be a never-ending thing, but it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. It took us, I'd say, with all the other stuff that was coming up, 3 weeks to get them all the way done. And we stick built all of them. That way they're just, it would have been a little bit harder to frame these on the ground and stand them up. They wouldn't have been as tight. But we got all this. Looks like the HVAC guys already have some wires ran here. They got the thermostat wires hanging. We got this all framed through here. This is now going to become this is the utility room. We got all their stuff staged down here. I'm doing the plumbing and electrical, but as far as HVAC, it just takes a lot of specialty tools and a lot of know-how. You have to have a dealer's license to buy a lot of the equipment that you want. It's, you know, it's like let some people do some stuff for me. You know, I've got enough stuff going on anyways. Like we'll hire the drywall, we'll hire the cultured stone being done. But anyways, this turned out good because, like, obviously we have the manifold here for the heated floors in the garage. Their furnace is going to go somewhere in this area here, and that'll leave me plenty of room to do a water heater there, or maybe back in that corner. And then building this wall actually gives me a nice spot here along this wall for my well pump to come in, which here's the sump pump. So I was thinking, like, right on the corner of that wall down low or wherever, you know, I think you have to be about 5 feet trenched down. So we'll drill a hole in the cement here, come in, hit the tank, the pressure tank, water softener, the whole 9 yards, and that'll be plenty enough. Because this is like, even if you got past that sump pump out here to start it, you've got a good 8 feet here. So that worked out good. I kind of lucked out because I was kind of designing this without the heating and cooling guys involved with it, because I had to make decisions real early on where I should put my utility rooms in here, because I didn't want to put them, like, this area in here is the biggest part of our basement. So whenever you have like that big wide part of your basement, that's where you're probably going to have like the entertainment, or if in someday at least it would be the area that you would finish and maybe do a drop ceiling or drywall even. So yeah, utility room back there, which worked out really good. And then over here, we ended up just building another. We actually have 4 utility rooms in this house, but it made more sense just to bring this wall straight across here and get rid of the shape of the porch, and then just create another utility room with a door here for just the manifold, so it's out of our way and you can have this more of a finished space. And then through here, my plumbing pipe that I planned worked out perfectly, went right in the wall there for a future vent. This will be a bathroom someday, but you got to be real careful. You can't start building walls, or else the township or city will require you to really either take it down, or they'll require you to finish your basement, because they love that tax dollars. They love the tax dollars. Let's see here. Oh, we got this framed here. This will be a little bifold door that would be someday in the bathroom. Right here, the bathroom door coming in, tub, toilet, vanity, and then even with the tub, there would be a room this way for a pantry here. And then you also have this storage / pantry that pretty much goes all the way in there. Nikki thinks it might be a good idea to build a a wall so it doesn't go far in, which seems like it would be a good idea because there's not really a reason to have this going way in there. Maybe go in like 6 feet and build a wall because, you know, this is where you throw the stuff that you'll never use for the rest of your life, but you don't want to get rid of it. That's where this will go. And then let's see here. Continuing around. Might as well stay on the utility room. So that's 3 utility rooms so far. The back one, the heating manifold one, and then this one here on the other side of the bathroom wall. Obviously we had to build that wall because that is the utility room wall. And then I just left this open, and we got the manifolds there, and then furnace here, and then the duct working is going to come out, the supply, and then the cold air return is going to come in right next to this door. So I am glad that I put this door all the way to the right. Like I said, they actually liked it once they came through here. Like, this furnace is going to cover this part of the house going that way. There'll be a trunk going that way a little bit, and then this way. This one's the one that got a little goofy, but we figured it out because I have my 2 electrical panels right here. It's going to come up here. Cold air return is going to shoot up and go over and catch these back here, and then continue on catching those, and then there's a couple there that it's going to catch. So two bays of cold air return. I just drilled that hole. Honestly, it's a void and some studs up there just to get extension cords up there. Yeah, and then the duct work. I'm glad that we figured all this stuff out. It's amazing that we're just all working together on it, trying to figure out the best plan of attack. Supply from here comes across. It's going to turn and kind of come down under this beam, stay under this beam, follow this 45 under this beam, go straight up and immediately 45 and 90 up and get along this beam. And then from here, all of the ductworks for the bathroom in our master bedroom just comes out individual 6-inch ductwork out of the main ductwork here. And then all of the cold air return from this one will stay back in here. So that actually works out good as far as getting ductwork in here. So this whole area back here won't have any ductwork down below the joist except for the main trunk that's already up under the beam anyway. So that makes it easier for like boxing stuff out later if you ever did finish this. But that's it. So we got this here. And then I'm kind of glad I thought of how to do this way. It's like with that post being there, it just seemed like, how am I going to make it right with a door? And then, you know, you wouldn't want this coming way out like a point because of the, you know, the door wall coming in. I just wanted to be as welcoming as you can. So I figured if I have to do a 45 this way anyways, it actually worked out perfectly that once you get your rough opening 38 for your 36 door, and then you widen it out for your casing and all that stuff, I was still a good 12 inches away from that window. So it made it to where you could still have a nice little area here when you come down from the stairs. You got some natural light coming in, and you have just a wall. And then the main ductwork just goes straight into that wall and then goes into the utility room side to keep it more of a utility room and keep the outside more like a finished spot. So that worked out. And then this door is going to swing here. So maybe to the left of this beam, I was planning on doing a water heater somewhere in this area. We're going to have the sewer pipe coming out through here somewhere. I'll probably have Greg come out sometime springtime and we'll get more of a definitive answer on that, just to see where he wants it for sure, because he knows a lot more about that than I do. As far as the sloping for the septic field, I kind of want him to make that decision. And then we'll also have the 4-inch pipe supply and return coming back from the wood boiler in the future. So that would be another pipe that comes through this wall somewhere. So between the water heater and those 2 pipes and the 2 electrical panels, we have 18 feet of wall to make that work. So I think we'll be able to do it. And originally we were going to put this ductwork come in and then just turn it on that wall, but that to me, I didn't like that idea too much, just because it might affect running the wires and just having that in your way ahead of time. At that point, you might as well take some of the ductwork out and leave a section out while I wire it. And then I actually had a question on a video about, am I going to recess the panels? As far as now that I have these studs framed, will I recess them in? And that's preference, but me as a tradesman, absolutely not, because what's the point? Because it's already deemed a mechanical room. So if it's already a mechanical room, make it easier for the tradesman. So what I was planning on doing is actually getting this insulated, getting it drywalled, and then putting a big piece of 3/4 inch plywood on here. And then the plywood would go all the way up to the ceiling, or all the way up to where you still have access to get in there somewhat to the first wall. And then that way you basically have access to all the wires on your panel, and you have access to your panel. It just makes it a lot better. There's no point in recessing these in a case like this. Now, if this was going to be left open and the only thing you were going to have here, well, then not only would you want to recess them in, you might want to actually build some type of a frame with a piece of wood that could kind of go over it, like with hinges or something that you could easily get to the panel covers to make it look presentable. But in this case, like I said, mechanical room, make it as easy as you can for the future trades. All right. So we're getting stuff done. I'm hopping around, you know, it's my ADHD. I like to jump on stuff and almost finish it complete, and then I leave it and I jump on something else, and then eventually I just come around and finish up all the loose ends of all the projects I started. I don't know why I torture myself, but that's how I do it. And so we got it all cleaned up. It was really cluttered, but once we threw away a lot of the stuff that we weren't using anymore, and a lot of the scrap wood could be burned, we ended up, the HVAC guy says that nothing's in their way and they're ready to rock out. So they said that about 3 weeks to a month they'll be all set, and we'll get a rough inspection. And one thing that I got to do as a side project is my roof has had a pretty bad leak in it for like 3 years in our family room, and I'm not doing any more work on the job until my roof is roofed. So while the HVAC guys are working here, I might be doing a couple things. There's a couple, like, you know, like the little partitions with the tubs and closets, like right here. But some of that stuff, it's only going to take like a couple days at the most. I mean, just build a little partition here. Vanities going here. Build a partition, and then we're going to have like some type of, you know, a closet here with a bifold door. And then same thing, I got a couple little walls in Leah's shower to build, and then a little closet in Leah's exercise room. And I want to get that stuff built before I start plumbing or electrical, but it's not really pressing, so I'm actually going to be pulling off and doing my roof, and that'll be good. It's been a leak and it's been stressing me and Nikki out, and it'll be good to finally get that roof done. So I'll keep the videos coming as I get good weather and I'm not too busy. This is Dave signing off.